the Ricky Reese goal happened a couple of seconds before the halftime whistle. So what ended up happening is that Wilmer, he obviously talked to the players, right? He told them, we need to be more aggressive. We need to be out there in those 50-50 tackles. You know, we need to fight for the ball. We need to be a lot calmer when it comes to managing the possession of the ball, passing the ball around.
We told them to calm down, to relax, to just try to breathe, try to make sure that we connect the passes. And throughout the first half, they were very physical. The other team, they were physical and we weren't physical. So at halftime, we told them that we need to be physical, that we need to be stronger, that we need to go 50-50 tackles because, the game was like that. And that we needed to make sure that, we have more quality in our players. So get the confidence, try, and in the last 25 yards, they should try, they should take the risk, and we're not gonna say anything wrong if they try. So I think that helps and help them to try to move.
It seemed like, as I mentioned, he felt like they were all going at 100 miles per hour, but with no control. Kind of like me driving an ARCA car and I racing. I already tried it, Jacob. I keep spinning out. It's definitely completely different compared to the next gen car. So what happened is that there was a tactical change that Wilmer Cabrera made for the second half, or at least to me, it was notorious, right? So my question number one in the first half, right, and even in the second half, right, but why was Wilmer Jr. out as a wing when historically he's been more in the middle, whether it's a center striker or an attacking midfielder? Or at least I remember when he was in Toros in 2018, I remember him as a center attacking midfielder and not really out in the wing. So that caught me off guard. And Cristiano Francois, who is historically a striker or a center attacking midfielder, or correct, scratch that. Cristiano Francois, who's usually a winger, out on the, I want to say it was the right. When I was looking at Transfer Market, they said historically he's played more as a right winger. They had him as a center striker. I don't know if the plan by Wilmer Cabrera in the first half was try to get some long balls over to Cristiano Francois and let his strength and speed kind of win those balls, but it clearly was not working, because whenever they did try those long balls, Cristiano Francois was unable to get past the defense, whenever he did, he created a foul first, which invalidated the play. And Wilmer Cabrera Jr. don't get me started for fear that I'm going to get in trouble. But no, honestly, he did nothing. He did very little in the first half. He was disappeared. And I recall I made that mention in the first half up in the press box where you did not see him at all. So what did Wilmer Cabrera do going into the second half? He moved those pieces around. So instead of it being a line of four like it was in the back at the beginning, he changed it to a line of five, which makes sense, right? Because you've got three center backs already. You took out Jonathan Ricketts because of his illness, and you bring Eric Kinzer, who's also a center back. So originally, when you played the line of four, you had Frank Nodarce out as a right back. So now what do? Okay, you grab Robert Coronado, who was playing as an attacking midfielder, and you put him as a right wing back. So a player that's going to come up and down and help on the attack and help defend in the second half. You've got your three center backs with Nodarce, Puma, and Eric Kinzner. And then you got Tommaso Rotindali to also be able to go up and down as he pleased. Because if you notice, Jacob, Tommaso Rotindali was actually up on top a whole lot more in that second half, helping create some clear opportunities on goal for RGVFC. So you put in the line of five, you stay with two midfielders, which were Taylor Davila and Gringo Torres, and then up on top you've got, obviously, Cristiano Francois, Wilmer Cabrera Jr., and Ricky Reese. The difference is that now Wilmer Cabrera Jr. had some help from Tomas Rotindale up on top to help kind of get some of that coverage away from Wilmer Jr. What did that also help? I talked about in the first half how the outside back for Las Vegas Lights was free to come up and down as he pleased. So now what happened is that now RGVFC has the momentum, and they're bringing up their outside backs as well to help out on the attack. Well, now Ayimbila, one, he has a yellow, and number two, because you've got the players coming up, now he doesn't have the freedom to move up and help distribute the attack up on top anymore. He has to stay in the back because you've got two players coming at you from RGVFC on that wing. If Ayimbila goes up to help attack, now you're leaving the player who kind of takes over his position while he's helping up in the attack. Now you're leaving him against two. So you don't have that liberty to go up and down anymore. And that's what gave RGV the momentum early in the second half. And you notice it because Las Vegas in the second half, they only had 4 total shots in the second half. 2 of them were on target. One of them was a free kick by Mr. Insurrection himself, Andrew Carlton, and the second was another shot by Andrew Carlton, but that was up until the 80th minute. And other than that, it really wasn't a lot of danger for RGVFC. And the flip side, RGVFC, the first 15 minutes or less than 15 minutes, they had a total, I want to say, like 6 shots in less than 15 minutes trying to find that go-ahead goal in the beginning of the second half, including this one. And this is where I'm going to show you. So this is in the 50th minute, right? Nodarczyk has the ball, and then Gringo Torres, if I'm not mistaken, gives the ball over to Wilmer Cabrera, who's out here kind of taking that center attacking position or drifting that way. He's getting into the center, right? He attracts the mark from this defender. He receives the ball, and right away, he passes the ball out to the wing. Why? Because Tomás Rotindale is right there, free to go up and into the box, try to find that cross into the box, which he does. Yeah. Lands towards Ricky Reese all alone inside the box, but unfortunately, and the reason why that ball did not go into the net is that you have to remember Ricky is a lefty. Ricky is a lefty, so he tried to get that shot, and you'll see it right now in the close-up. Ricky Reese tried to hit that ball into the net with his left foot instead of just redirecting it with his right foot. And that is why. So there's the cross by Tomás Rotindale, and see how Ricky Reese tries to shoot that ball with the left foot? Had he redirected with the right foot, the ball would have taken the direction back towards the goal and into the back of the net. Unfortunately, it looks like Ricky is a player that is almost 100% lefty. As we say in Mexico, his right foot solamente lo usa para subirse al camión. And that's about it. But that's pretty much the reason why Ricky Reese was unable to get that ball into the back of the net. But all of that was a factor because the tactical changes that Wilmer Cabrera made in the second half.